Good morning, everybody. This is Michael coming to you from GammaEdge on Tuesday, September 26th with our pre-market morning briefing. Today we're going to cover the market structure as it's been pretty bearish. We'll go over that. We're going to look at our tick market model, and then we'll look at two individual stocks, Apple and Tesla, to see how their market structure looks, and then we'll quickly review the tick market model.
Unlock your potential with a comprehensive suite of investing tools and expert education with GammaEdge. Start your free 14-day trial today.
All right, let's jump right into it. We're going to look at the SPX PM settled. Here's SPX PM settled, all expiries turned on. Again, in the money and out of the money, put dominated, which is still bearish. Very wide transition as indicated by this white box. This just tells us that the positioning is just wide and loose, not really any good structure to look at. 4,300, the downside is extremely important, 1.3 billion net delta sitting there. Again, these are all out of the money put speculation below spot price, continued all the way down to 4,200. We'll watch 4,300 today. If we get under 4,300, I anticipate some push down toward this 4280, 4270, 4275. I don't anticipate us to get to 4250 today just because of the zero DT structure. There's not a lot of targeting below that 4280, so we'll look at that. But again, in the money and out of the money put dominated, still extremely bearish in the overall market structure. Zero DTE, again, as you quickly notice, the transition is very narrow today. So 43.35 to the upside. We pushed right up under that transition at the close yesterday. Again, 4,300 be extremely important. You see there's actually in the money calls below us here, and then not much targeting below that level. So pushing below 4,300 might be difficult unless we see some significant targeting on the vol U and vol D command. And then pushing to the upside will be extremely limited also. Even if we take back transition, anticipated would be not really going much higher than that 43.50 area. Again, so we'll watch how that targeting happens. But again, in the money and out of the money, call dominated above and below spot price, but is very weak. So we'll see if 4,300 holds if we push down to that level or actually open below that level. Plus one DT in the money and out of the money put dominated is noted over here by the gamma condition, and you can easily see that there's really no calls except right around spot price. Again, right here, transition widens out. Again, that 4,300 double strike here, 43.15, 4,300 important to the downside. And then the net deltas drop off pretty significantly. So pushing much lower, at least with the plus one DTE, might be difficult, but we do see 42.50 down here. And there's no in the money calls below us, and then no out of the money call speculation above us. So again, a weak structure heading into tomorrow also. Here is into Friday, important end of the month and JPM roll. We see that down here at 42.15, so end of the month, end of the quarter. Again, in the money and out of the money put dominated. Again, we see 4,300 significant and important. And then below that, out of the money put speculation all the way down to 42.50 and then 42.10. And then we actually see the in the money calls come in down there. So pushing below 4,200 or 42.10 would be pretty difficult. But again, we'll see how this price action changes throughout the week here. And as spot price moves down, we start to capture some of those out of the money puts as we move down. Here's the SPX combo complex. Again, put dominated as noted by the gamma condition. Wide and loose and transition as we've noted. So really just the structure is not well defined. So it's very difficult to trade a not well defined structure, or at least well defined transition. So you have an if this, then this. Again, 4,300 very well noted there. The net delta and the amount of liquidity we have sitting down there. So any push down toward that 4,300, we'll be watching to see how price action reacts. And then we still have all this out of the money call out of the money put speculation below us, 42.50, and then all the way down to 4,200. And as we've noted, the JPM hedges down there at 42.10. So we'll just be keeping an eye on this structure to see if we see any changes or transitions as we go towards the end of the month and end of the quarter, and then we'll see how the structure looks as we move towards Friday. Here is the landscape view. Obviously 4,300 again is very significant. You can see it. The out of the money call speculation has, as we've noted, dropped off. So we need to see that pick up, and we need to see the call or put speculation to the downside start to be reduced. So again, 4,300, significant level to watch for above and below, and if this, then this thesis heading into this morning. And actually balance of the week and in the month and into the quarter also. So 4,300 will be significantly important. Here is the market structure heat map. Just wanted to note some of the stocks that are in transition states, whether the right-hand pane, left-hand pane are showing put dominated or call put dominated or call dominated. Make sure you're reviewing these because if we do get a market structure trend change, the stocks that are call dominated, green, would be the first stocks that are looked to start moving up. Stocks that are in a transition state could transition to a call dominant state and start to move up. Again, we need to watch those and see how this see how this changes day over day. Again, the stocks that are red in a put dominated state, if they start transitioning to a yellow or orange and then back to green, those stocks also anticipation that they could move up. So we'll look through that list real quick. Again, transition states here, yellow, orange, and then reds and greens. Obviously, XOM Energy has continued strong, UNH, some of the other stocks. Well, looking at the Apple, as denoted, it is in a yellow state, so that's in the money call, in the money put dominated, as you can see here. Left-hand pane, right-hand pane, and understanding this transition area. Obviously, watching these watching these charts that are populated for you in the automated liquidity stock ETF channel is also important. Basically, this market structure heat map just gives you a quick look, and then you can dive into the chart and understand where those levels are at. 180 obviously is important on Apple to the upside, where those in-the-money puts are, and the call domination to the 175 to the downside. So if we do get a state change, you'd be watching this to turn to in-the-money call, out-of-the-money call dominated. And the anticipation is that we'd see a move up in the overall structure and then a corresponding move up in price if that continues. Here is Tesla, in the money call, in the money put dominated. So again, same state that Apple is in. So we'd want to see this change to in the money call, out of the money call dominated if anticipation is to move up. And obviously these are two of the largest stocks in the liquidity sector or liquidity stocks that we watch. So those would need to have state changes and hopefully corresponding pull the whole market up with it as we watch those liquidity stocks, and they are important for us to watch the state changes and the delta changes if we're looking for any trend change in the overall market. So we'll go ahead and look at the individual charts with the trading view overlay. Obviously here is Tesla. We tested COTMP today. We were below 0 GEX, we're below P-Trans. So getting above at least 0 GEX, looking for that 0 GEX to P-Trans move and P-Trans to P-GEX move, which is one of our core trading strategies here, playbook strategies here at GammaEdge. So staying under 0 GEX obviously is still a weak and bearish environment. Not looking to go long any of these stocks that are below 0 GEX until we actually get across above 0 GEX, start looking for P-Trans, and then a move up towards plus GEX. And then conversely, you're looking for 0 GEX and P-Trans to continue structurally to move up as the speculative out-of-the-money calls would continue to come in and move the whole structure to the upside. And we'll look at Apple. Obviously, Apple is above 0 GEX as of yesterday. This obviously is just a 5-minute chart. I'm just looking intraday. So 0 GEX to P-Trans trade would be in play if the CT is indicative of stocks looking to move up. Again, I would not be taking trades counter trend to the CT, even on the 0 GEX to P-Trans. But this obviously would be a trade that you could look for if we do start to see some change in the market structure, market environment. This would be one of the first stocks that I would go to. Obviously, it's above 0 GEX, above N-Trans, and then I'd look for a move at least towards P-Trans. And then if you're looking for a structure change, the P-Trans to P-GEX would trigger if all of the conditions are met on the Gamma scan. Pre-market SPY below 430, so we'll be watching how that looks. Again, 4,300 is going to be extremely important heading into today. Negative GEX on the SPX. We tested that yesterday multiple times, held above it. But again, if we get below negative GEX and 4,300, I'd anticipate some more weakness, maybe down towards 4,250. IWM has been extremely weak. 175 is very important. POI, negative GEX. The chances of staying below 175 POI and negative GEX into the close is usually unlikely, but can happen in a very weak market environment. Qs are just above COTMP. So I look how that look for cues to react to COTMP as we pull down in that level this morning. So hopefully that helps. Again, watching liquidity stocks this morning, significantly red. Anticipate more weakness as we head into the open. And again, 4,300 will be extremely important if we oscillate above and below that. We'll run the trading view script, and we'll also be watching the vol u vol d command for targeting below 4,300 to look for more weakness. The flip side would be if we held 4,300, we start to see some of those put in the money put holders close, monetization, and we start drifting back up towards 43.40, 43.50, where we did see some targeting yesterday. So hopefully that helps. A little bit longer run this morning. Just wanted to go through a couple of those other things. We'll be in the Discord in just a few minutes if you have any questions, and let's make it a great Tuesday. Thanks.